Greetings everyone, my name is Jack and welcome to Tardis Central. Now, we're talking about something very special today, and it's something you've not heard of before. This is the latest addition to the pantheon of Doctor Who video games history. It's an upcoming game called Lost in Time. With Doctors and Companions galore, it's certainly going to be quite the treat for Doctor Who fans. So let's dive straight into the details and tell you when you can play this game. Oh, if you want to keep up to date on all the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Tardis Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. Okay, let's go. Coming to mobile devices around the world in early January, Doctor Who Lost in Time, however, has been available as an open access game for Whonians in Australia, New Zealand and other places since June. And with Canada more recently getting access, the game is now released properly in Australia. One of the first people to test it out on the UK, however, has been our assistant editor, Jamie. Now, we do have a full breakdown and preview of his initial thoughts on how the game has developed over the past months over on nerdgasm.net, link below. So go and read that if you want to get the basics of the game and how it works. Lost in Time is a more casual, free-to-play indie game, or idle game I should say. It's developed by Bigfoot Gaming, who have previously worked on idle games such as Pocket Politics 2 and Idle Payday. It's certainly familiar territory for them. And that's also true of publishers Eastside Games, with Star Trek Lower Decks, Badger Directive, The Goldbergs Back to the 80s, and The Office Somewhere We Manage, or Somehow We Manage. This is among their rare prior history with this genre of gaming. With both of these parties united and working with BBC Studios to create Lost in Time, well, the result is certainly a bit of casual fun. Featuring different locations from the Doctor Who universe as waypoints, you unlock these and they produce vortex energy that is required to advance your progress in each level, which has its own unique story episode. Though you'll initially have to manually collect the energy, as you'll be able to want to level up your characters and waypoints to automate their energy collection, and improve the amount of energy and how fast you collect it. This is done by using cards and collectibles called Henok Matter, both of which are obtained naturally within the game as you improve your waypoints, and also via Kablam boxes, which is a funny name. Basically, if you've ever played something like Cookie Clicker or The Simpsons Tapped Out, it's somewhat similar to those types of games, but with its own Whoniverse twist. These boxes can be gained in bronze, silver and gold variants, for completing specific objectives within the episodes. Sometimes it's to collect a certain amount of vortex energy in the episode, or upgrade a certain waypoint a certain amount of times, or even collect a certain amount of cards. Whatever the objective is, when you complete it, you'll get a box to open and the episode's counter will move forward 1, bringing you closer to the end of the episode. Typically in an episode, you'll get a new piece of the story every 2 objectives completed. As well as this, you can also redeem a free regular Kablam box from a shop tab every 4 hours. As you progress through the main episode levels, you'll unlock new characters such as Sarah Jane, Jenny Flint Vastra, and Dan Lewis of all people, with them popping up within the story of the episode as the narrative progresses. In terms of Doctors, as I know many of you are probably asking, the main story has featured many of the Doctors so far, though only the 13th and 4th Doctors have character cards unlockable within the current episodes at the moment. After each level is completed, you move on to the next, keeping your level ups but with waypoints reset to be built up again. The story of Doctor Who Lost in Time is broken into episodes, each of their own distinct level where waypoint progresses reverts to 0 and different sets of waypoints and characters are featured. As well as being able to upgrade the waypoints themselves, waypoints and the amount of vortex energy they produce is also improved more permanently by waypoint level ups and characters. Each waypoint has 2 characters associated with it that are unlocked as you progress through the episodes, a common and a rare. Once the character is unlocked, cards and Henok Matter can be obtained and used to level them up and permanently add a multiplier to that waypoint's production across all, and I mean all, future episodes. Look, I know it's a lot of information to overload you with, but you'll thank me later. In terms of the story itself, the 13th Doctor and Yaz have to make an emergency landing on Earth, only for the Doctor to quickly discover that she has landed in a familiar setting of her old unit laboratory. The lab has turned into one of the waypoints, and she's quickly greeted by K9, who has been sent to warn both her and other incarnations of the Doctor. We don't want to give too much away about what happens just yet, as the game isn't yet available for everyone to experience, but we can say that the main story currently features 28 episodes, the titles of which will be put under our separate preview article on Nerdgasm, along with a little more detail about what is happening in the opening, so go and read that if you want a bit of spoilers. As you expect with a free-to-play mobile game, there is also a second harder to obtain currency called Cryphod Gems. Mouthful. These gems can be used to quickly purchase Henok Matter and specific character cards, as opposed to a random rotating store selection. Platinum Kablam boxes, if you want a boost to the character cards in general, and also it can be used for time warps to skip forward real-life hours of Vortex energy collection. Similar to Clash of Clans and things like that, who have their premium currency. And this can all be purchased through the in-game shop, but you do also get a fair amount from a general player of the episodes, as well as a reward for event levels in Lost in Time. These latest additions to the game are limited time events that are on rotation, of which there are two types. The first type, which are longer narrative ones, are called main events. They run over a few days, feature a speedier set of waypoints, and their own dedicated set of characters to level up for the course of the episodes. Progressions through these provide a host of rewards for you to play with. The first two events this time are entered in rotation into our Time of the Cybermen and Purity of the Daleks. They include Doctor characters that unlock that aren't currently in the main narrative, that are the 11th and 12th Doctors. As we also revealed on Twitter, of a third of our main event has already been added to the game's rotation of events. Now this features an older Ace and Tegan, and an event called Reverse Polarity. It picks up straight after the power of the Doctor, with the duo being sent to the South Pole by Kate Stewart and Osgood, basically to deal with an incident at the Snowcat base featuring the Ice Warriors. Ooh, I love them. Even the third Doctor gets involved in matters in this game, so, that's pretty cool. Though the main reward for this event is just an alternate chance to get cards of the 11th Doctor, it really is quite the love letter to the classic run, with Snowcat Base and the Ice Warriors both coming from the 1960s Who, the third Doctor from the 1970s Who, and of course Tegan and Ace coming from 1980s Doctor Who. The event has made its first run in a rotation of the 3rd and 6th of December, fittingly happening to end on the anniversary of the last episode of the classic series. It'll be sure to come back many times like the others, so you can look forward to playing it when it comes out in your own local app store next year. At any rate, the event shows that there are definitely plenty exciting possibilities for what combinations of characters these events will bring out in terms of story and play. Now moving on, the other type of event and short non-narrative ones that play out over 24 hours. These have their own dedicated theme and a set of characters. The rewards for these are instead primarily more Henok Matter and Kythred gems, so keep that in mind. And with 2023 ahead of us, and Lost in Time's narrative allowing for all of the Doctors to slowly get involved as temporal chaos increases, who knows? The speed in which this game has introduced a sequel to The Power of the Doctor leaves promising potential for the 14th and 15th Doctor to make appearances in the game, either in the main narrative or events. After all, if Fall Guys can do it, we bet Lost in Time could do it too. Time will ultimately tell. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed that overwhelming bit of information there, but if you want to keep up to date on the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Tardis Central. As always, you can follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. But I've been Jack for now, thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back with the latest Doctor Who news very soon. Goodbye.